Richard, and this is the latest video games. I think this is, I don't know what volume it is. I've shot so many over the last few months and posted them, and basically I got 3 video games and a video game related thing that I'm going to show off here, and it's pretty cool. And before I start this, before I go into the video games, I did have the opportunity to pick up 2 different things over the last few weeks, which is kind of cool, because one's music related and one is movie related, or TV show related. Anyhow, I picked up with Eddie. Eddie was with me when I picked this one up. This is the Time Flies, the best of Huey Lewis in the News. It has 16 other good songs for $5 at Walmart. I've got the Heart of Rock and Roll, Heart and Soul, goes on. One of my favorite ones is Stuck With You. I always liked that one. I don't know what it was. You know, I just like that little, melody with it. And it's kind of cool to get this. And I kind of hope Huey Lewis puts out another album, because he's one of those guys that you wish that could just keep going and going, because he always had fun in his videos. Where he was like goofing around. When he would jump off. When he come jumping off I think a sound bar or whatever the hell it was during the live show. And I mean, the guy was really energetic. He loved what he done when he played, and that's kind of cool to see. And in the 80s, growing up as a kid, his videos would be on MTV non-stop. So that was kind of nice to see from that. So he holds a special place for me there. Now, moving to movie related, and this was something I really wanted for a long while, and I decided to treat myself, because being a fan of this character over the last so many years and his many different lives is very cool. And I'm talking about Doctor Who, the Tom Baker, the first season. This Blu-ray has a complete season 1, and I've always said this when Eddie was with me. I would say, because we would go in the mall, and the FYE would have these different DVD sets of the Doctor, and with different, like the 4th Doctor adventure with 6 episodes, then you go to a 7th Doctor deal, just weird examples. And they would have these different episodes, and it was just so bad. And you were like, come on. For fuck's sake, put out a season set and do it right. Nobody wants to pick up all these different stories spread out and pay up there. Because, I mean, they would charge a lot. If you went in the FYE and you would see those sets, I don't know if they still have them. Our FYE slowly pretty much got rid of them, because this one guy told me they wasn't selling in this area. But probably the price point was insane. So it was wild to see that. And finally, when they advertised this, I was like, over the summer, I said, I'm getting that eventually. I'm getting that. And I got it. I was so happy. And not only do they have, the 20 episodes here, and the 5 stories, they actually have all the extras that came with the original sets, and they have added something called Behind the Sofa. And you see Tom Baker sit, and you could see the love in his eyes. I mean, you see somebody that really loved this, to the point where he's just sitting there just like watching himself, and he's just like, thinking, man, if I could only go back and do it all again, I would. Because he was the longest Doctor serving. I mean, he went 7 years. I mean, I can sit there in this whole video and just discuss Doctor Who, but it's really damn good. I love this. I've been watching the Ark from Space, by the way. Now, moving on, and this one was the same day, I got the PS Vita Lego Harry Potter. I have years 5 through 7. And I saw this in there. I was like, this is kind of cheap for me. I was like, I'm going to go ahead and get that. It's a nice, cheap game. Go ahead and pick it up. Get it. I mean, I'm going to probably get... I mean, there's been 3 stickers put on it, which kind of sucks, but I'll go ahead and get it for what it is. And it's a cheap Vita game, and it'll actually give me, different, something to play while I'm at work. Now, moving on, I did get a PlayStation 3 game, which is, again, weird for me. And I've had this one for about a couple weeks earlier. And I wanted to, I thought this was a Telltale game, but it's not. It's actually an Atlas game. It's Game of Thrones by Atlas, one of my favorite studios to play games from. The Persona 4, and I got 5, and I'm just getting ready to start it. And I like Atlas, so I was like, I'm not really big into Game of Thrones. I just got the Telltale game, and I got this, so pick it up. It's worth a play and see what it's about. And now the final game I picked up, and this was nice, is I saw it in there on sale, and I like RPGs, and it's got this weird thing where you're trying to solve, you're trying to interrogate and solve a mystery while you're doing it. And I like these weird games out there. It's Dark Rose Valkyrie. And I like the back of it. A virus threatens all mankind, all humanity. Valkyrie force, move out. This is kind of cool. I like this. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get this. It's different. Pick it up, see what it's about. And I picked that up today with the Lego game and the case, and I was like, this looks pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and get that. But that's my haul. Hey everybody, this is your friend Richard, and this is a latest video games edition. I think this is the 48th or 49th. I don't really know. I don't keep up with numbers, but I know we're getting closer. We're going through fall, and I want to go ahead and get this volume up. And this has 2 movies included and 6 games. So the 2 movies I picked up, they're kind of unique for a way that one of them sucks so bad, and it may have led the studio to actually selling out. And I'll give my theory on that, but it's just a theory. It's my personal theory and what I think happened. And one movie that really was really damn good and considered a classic horror. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the movie that sucks so bad. And the behind-the-scenes story of this movie sounds a lot better than the actual movie itself. It is the 2015 Fantastic Four. And I got this one at that video store that Eddie and Chris go to, and it's a new one in town. And I was like, I'll go ahead and pick it up. It's a cheap Blu-ray. I went ahead and got it, and this is the Josh Track version. And I'm going to give my little theory on this, okay? Fox pretty much rushed this movie into development. They were going to lose the rights back to Marvel and Disney. That was the story. The story was that they was going to lose the rights back to Marvel and Disney, and they had to get a movie in development of this. And so Track come in, and he had done Chronicle, and Chronicle was really good, but Max Landis gets a lot of credit for that, for writing it. And, well, Fox loved his body horror type storyline of this, and they approved it. And he went ahead and he didn't really have that much big experience making these kind of movies, and but everything went wrong behind the scenes. Everything went wrong from what they said. It went way over budget, reshoots. It's just half the movie is one style, and then you could tell where Track was removed, and the other director come in and fixed the rest of it. It's just not that good. And the theory is that right after this movie, Fox, 21st Century Fox, was sold to Disney. It was like a year or 2 later. And the theory, personally, is that right at about the time, Rupert Murdoch slammed this movie for losing like $70 or $80 million. I mean, he wasn't happy. So, he kind of possibly saw the writing on the wall that his studio would never be able to make these huge, big budget films like Disney could, or the other studios. And why keep pushing and losing money on things like this when you could sell out and just concentrate on the key dynamics, which is Fox News and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that's my personal theory, that this movie pretty much was a harbinger of him pushing to go ahead and sell the studio out. And the Fantastic Four will rise again, folks. Disney has them now. There's no way they're going to let Fantastic Four sit. Them and the X-Men are just 2 valuable properties just waiting to be mined for money. So we'll see the Fantastic Four again, but you won't see the Josh Trank version though. Now, the classic movie I got was a classic horror one, and it's a good DVD, and I saw this last year, the new reboot, retake of it. It's John Carpenter's Halloween, and this is such a damn classic. I have this one right here. I decided to get this one because I wanted it, and me and Eddie was talking about this. There's been like 3 good Halloween movies. Halloween 2, which Eddie says is the best movie. Halloween, and then Halloween 2018. And all 3 are very good. And I went ahead and decided to pick up the first one. And I was looking for Halloween 2, but he didn't have it yet. If he had Halloween 2, I would have picked it up. And then, later on, got Halloween 2018 and just went with those 3. Because I was going to get a collector's edition, and it was like a 10 film, even with Rob Zombie's babies in it. And I was having issues with the layaway at the time at Walmart, and I just put it back. But I'll just get the other 2 films and let the other ones go, because there's some awful Halloween films. There are. I mean, I won't even get into I think the 4th or 5th one. I think they're pretty bad. Or the 5th and 6th one, I think they're worst ones. But we're going to go ahead and get to the games now. And the games, I got 3 Lego games. Yeah, more loving Lego. CJ's like, man, you really love those games. I was like, well, they have a fun Saturday morning vibe to them. And they're fun to do. The missions, the story. I like the voice acting. I wish more of them had voice acting. And this game actually, I believe, has the voice actors in it. Has the actors from the movie, and they used their lines, because they removed them off the sales, off PlayStation sales, and I think they're removing them off the Xbox too. But I went ahead and picked up Lego Lord of the Rings. I had the Hobbit, and I was sitting there, and I didn't have the artwork. I didn't have the artwork for the game. Originally, I just had a generic case, like I'll show you, like this. And so I was sitting there, and Daryl, my friend Daryl that works there, and he's like, hey, at the GameStop, he's like, I see you need the artwork. He said, you want that? And I was like, yeah, thank you, Daryl. And he's like, I'm looking for 2 other artworks, like the Brothers, and I think another game I got that's in this haul. I just like the video game artwork. That's just me. I like to see the artwork, see the game artwork, see what it looks like on the front and back. It's just me. I don't know if everybody else is like that. Now, moving on, I got 2 sports games for the PlayStation 4. And I like some sports games if they're cheap. I don't like to play full price for them. I don't like to pay. I wait like a year or 2 for Madden. I don't play online because I suck. I'll be honest, I suck. I mean, I'm competent enough to play some games, but I'm just honest. I mean, yeah, I like to get, platinums when I play, and I like to play games, but, man alive, I couldn't play online. I did some online Call of Duty, but that was just enough to get by. But I generally just suck at playing sports games online and other competitive games. So I got Major League Baseball The Show 16, and I got NBA K216, Be the Story. And both of these games, I got both of them for $5. It was cheap enough. Got them for, they was selling them out on a special deal just to get rid of them. And that's the thing about these sports games is they'll mark down after a while, because the next year comes out. They're always putting out a new year. So I went ahead and got them for cheap. Again, nothing special, just some sports games to play when I get bored. And I like to have something to do in the winter, games and other things. Now, I got another Lego game. Yeah, noticed a trend. I got Lego Marvel Superheroes for the PlayStation 3. I actually had this one for the PlayStation 4, and I got like 90-some% of all the trophies. There's one trophy I needed to get, and it was like, I think it was finishing a couple races. But here was the problem in that. I actually got busy, and I got a new PlayStation 4, and I got rid of my other one, so I deleted everything out of it, and I didn't know how to transfer that game data to the other one, so I erased it. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and restart this game eventually and play it on the PlayStation 3 and go back through. But yeah, pretty cool. And recently Marvel and Lego have put out a collection of all 3 Lego games. I look forward to DC doing that at some point with their DC games. I see them doing that with the Batman ones. I mean, they've done 4 Lego games for DC. It shocks me that hasn't happened yet. Like, put out a big collector's edition and have all the games on there. Now, moving on, I got, speaking of Lego Batman 2. I platinum Lego Batman 3 for the Vita, so I wanted to go ahead and get Lego Batman 3. 2, sorry. I wish I had the artwork. That's the only thing about it. I got this one off James, and me and James was talking about it, and he's like, dude, I wish, I was like, you don't have the artwork. He's like, no. Eventually I'll find the artwork. I would like to do that. Eventually. Plus I'm looking for more Vita games. I need more Vita games to add to my collection to keep, because what's the point in having a console game like the Vita if you don't have games for it? And I'm working through so many of them. And I've got some pretty good games for it so far. And the final game I got, and GameStop was having a sale. And this was a bizarre sale. It was like, so many games was marked down, like $20 or $30 was knocked off games. It's unreal. And I come down to a decision. Do I buy yet another Lego game, which I've already got 3, and I really don't need to get another one right now? Or do I go outside the box, go outside my comfort zone, go outside something that I actually got 3 other games I need to play first of this series. Well, take a risk, do the gamble, and get Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It was $20, it was cheap. I was like, holy crap, I'm going to go ahead and get that. And I always heard there was some good, these last 2 Assassin's Creed games was really good. I've got 3 of them I haven't played yet. I've got to get to them. My backlog is insane. I'll go to flea markets or thrift stores and say, oh, look, cool game. I don't have that one. Darn, I'm tied up into that game now. Crap. Tied up in that game now. Crap. So, I'm going to eventually get this game. I'll get to this game eventually, folks. But it's kind of cool to get it knocked off so much. Now it's went back up, I think, $30 or $40 again. When I saw it, brand new. But it's kind of cool to get that. And, this is my haul, 6 games, and that's it, folks, for today. And, I do want to thank you for watching, and just keep on playing.